Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Terry and welcome to my channel. Are you thinking about taking the Certified Associate in Project Management certification sometime soon? Well, if you are, then keep on watching this video to see how I passed my CAPM certification on the first try while working a 9 to 5. So in today's video, I'll be explaining what the CAPM certification is. I'll also be going through a little bit about my own background. And finally, I'll give you guys the tips that I use to implement during my study session and help me pass the exam within a 3-month time frame. So what exactly is a CAPM certification? Well, it's a credential that's offered by the Project Management Institute. It's a fantastic certification that's tailored for entry-level project practitioners. These can be junior project managers, project coordinators, project administrators, and really even anyone who directly works with projects but don't hold any of those previous titles. So my background. I have a background in marketing and communications, publishing, and pursuit management. Currently, I work in the AEC industry in civil engineering. AEC stands for Architectural Engineering and Construction. So right now within my firm, I work with proposals, opportunity, and bid management. And because of this, I directly work with project teams to win new business. And this is really, I think, what spurred my own interest in project management. It's because I love what I do with proposals. I work with teams a lot. I work with people in project teams after we get awarded the contract. And I really do love team management and team motivation. So that's really what drew me into considering the CAPM certification. As I was doing my research between the types of certifications that I could take with PMI, I was debating between CAPM and the PMP. But looking at my resume, I didn't have direct experience managing project teams, so I felt that the CAPM certification was a better fit for me. The PMP is great for someone who has maybe 3 to 5 years of experience managing teams under their belt, and that was something that I just didn't have at this point in my career, and that's why I decided to go with the CAPM. So if you're anything like me and you've done some research and you figured out that the CAPM certification really is the right fit for you, then follow along to see the few tips that I implemented throughout a 3-month study schedule that helped me pass the CAPM exam on my first try while juggling things like a full-time job and other commitments. I know this gets thrown around a lot, but my tip number 1 is time management. Creating a work back schedule from the date of my exam really helped me know how many weeks I really had to study for all the content material. There were maybe a couple weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, where I actually had to study 2 chapters rather than 1. Of course, I could have pushed my exam date further and further back, but really I wanted to get this over with as soon as possible and not let it drag on into the December holiday season. The CAPM exam was based off of the PMBOK guide, and as you guys know, it is huge. I wasn't sure if I had enough time to study all of it, but my biggest goal for myself was to at least skim through every single page. Now, Microsoft OneNote is awesome because it helps create tabs for you, which I did for every single chapter. And as you all know, that there are 10 knowledge areas in the CAPM exam. And so I had created 10 chapters and I helped kind of make notes of the most important key terms and theories and things like that. And like I said, besides working, I have loads of other commitments like family, friends, hobbies, things like that really made sure that I needed to stay on track with my studies every single weekend because the weekends were crucial to getting my studies in. Another reason why time management was so critical to my 3-month study schedule was because, as you guys know, working a 9 to 5 is great and all because you're making money, but you come home so tired. I admire those people who actually hustle during their 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. because most of the time I come home from work so drained, and the last thing I want to do is open my book and study. Tip number 2, follow the CAPM exam criteria. For those of you who are in the preliminary stages of researching this certification, know that you can check PMI's website and download the CAPM's learning objectives and exam outline. For me, I was under a 3-month really tight schedule, and because of that, some weeks, like I mentioned, I could have more time compared to others. For example, there is a chapter on project integration management that's actually worth 9%. When you compare that to a chapter like project procurement management that's only worth 4%, you'll know where you want to allocate those efforts on Saturday and Sunday to study for the material. So my tip number 3 is to practice. There are a plethora of online exams and apps like that that can help you be more equipped for the exam. And not just by practicing 4 hours before your exam. For me, I actually recommend that you practice at least halfway through your study session. This was so important because I felt like it helped me navigate as to which chapters I actually needed more work on, whereas taking the practice exams 2 days before my exam, only to realize that I am heavily behind in some of the chapters. You can also actually check PMI's prep course, which is, from what I've heard, a really good resource to study for the exam. However, it wasn't a resource that I used myself. I felt that if I just studied the textbook, did the online practice exams, that I would be equipped enough to take the exam and do it successfully. The CAPM Pocket Prep, I've heard that it's a great way to study for your exam because it's on your iPhone, on your Android, and really you can study on the go from anywhere. If you're on the bus, on the SkyTrain, even when you're just out and about and you feel like studying. Although I don't think that's something that I would ever do. If you guys like the app, please let me know what your thoughts are about it in the comments below. I'm very interested to see if there are other and better ways to study and prepare yourself for the CAPM. So that concludes my video today on how I studied for the CAPM and passed on my first attempt. I really hope that you guys found my content valuable and helpful in your own journey to studying for the CAPM exam. So if you guys liked today's video, please hit the subscribe button, and if you're interested in more of these type of educational videos and career related videos, please do hit the notification bell so that you're alerted when the next video of mine will be up. Thanks, and catch you guys later.